welcome. Let me turn that down a little bit more. I don't know if you can hear me. Welcome all to the live stream. I just need to adjust some volumes real quick. Right, that should be a bit better now. Hopefully you're all doing well. Thank you all for tuning in. It is live series time, pre-race show, round number 3. We are around the inner oval. Let me just turn the music off. And we have got the inner oval tonight for live series round number 3. It's going to be another brilliant night by the looks of it. A massive booking list, loads of reserves. It's going to be a really chaotic one, I think. and Inner Oval in the past has produced some absolute masterclass events and some of the best races we have held in this league. So I expect no different tonight. And one thing before we get into the interviews, it is pre-70 bangers tonight. So cars before 1970 being raced this evening. It's not just unlimited national bangers. So we are going to give it a good shot. We got some different cars in the mix as well. It's going to be very interesting, and loads of different drivers from different leagues, and obviously a massive reserve list. So we're going to get into the names very soon, but first let's get on with some interviews. Now let's have a look at how many people are in here. We got Josh Cart, we got a few people in here, so we will get to them right now.
Yo,
hello, boys.
Whatever you do, yeah, stay out of 240's way, bruv.
Right, it's interview time.
You realise he's played with Boise more than you have.
Right, hold on, let me just mute you guys real quick. Right, so, hold on. Right, so we are about to get into the interviews, and first off, we're going to start off with, once again, the owner of Wreckworth Motorsports. We're going to have a chat with him. Josh Carter is in the call. Say hello.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing tonight?
Yeah, we're doing very good. And you've been running a lot of meetings this week. I haven't been there to see what's been going on, but how have things been? Like, how's the league been going, and what can we expect going into tonight with this big reserve list, but also some top-class drivers, some different names in the mix as well?
I mean, this week's been pretty all right. I mean, we've had some good meetings have been better. Like, some meetings have been better than others. A lot of people bickering and trying to cause arguments and thinking they're funny and whatnot. But at the end of the day, that's racing. You're going to get people that are like that. The beginning of the week, it started off really well. Obviously, we had the latest, which was the Wreckfest draft, which was the second annual running of it. That went pretty well. We've recently just done the Gold Rush of round 2. We're yet to find out who's qualified for that. We'll find out probably later on this evening or possibly some point tomorrow morning. I mean, the league is getting better, but apart from that, tonight is just all about trying to qualify for the main race as everybody else is. I hear a lot of the blue and greys are trying to qualify for the main grid, but at the end of the day, I can only do what I can.
Oh yeah, definitely, and yeah, we are very happy to have such a big booking list. Loads of new drivers coming in, loads of old drivers as well. We got some different names on there. I will go into the booking list very shortly, but there's a lot of replicas. I don't know if you've kept an eye on the Facebook thing at all, or if you've been sent other cars, but there are loads of replicas, like replica builds, and it is very good to see you're also in a replica build. And why don't you give us a little rundown on what you're racing tonight?
Well, obviously you can tell I wanted to do something different, something that nobody's really ever done before. So obviously I started off with the replica series, trying to like replicate drivers. Obviously we're not going to get the exact cars on Wreckfest, but I thought I'd try and replica their colours and like try and see what I can do. The first round I done Joe Jeeves in a P5, which was as close as I was possibly going to get to replicating one of his cars. Obviously I was a bit quiet, like you mentioned once before. I was a bit quiet throughout the night. I got a win. The second round we done a bit of Tom Waller in the Supra. Obviously Tom, I don't believe, has ever raced a Supra before, but obviously it was the closest thing I could think of to try and like replicate. And obviously tonight, Pete Osborne, Bodger 243. So I kind of went with the Bel Air because he can't, like, for these like memorial meetings and big meetings, he goes out in quite big like builder cars. So like the Halloween Havoc and last year's Kev Waller, he went out in a Rolls Royce silver. I believe it was a Silver Shadow. I don't honestly know. And he went out in a P4 as well on the day before Kev Waller, because obviously it was a 2-day event. I wanted to go with Bodger because obviously we are getting close to the Kev Waller weekender. So that was kind of my plan. But tonight, I honestly don't know if I'm going to win. I don't know if I'm going to go crashing. I think it's just what everyone says is see what happens on the track and just get on with it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And with there being such a big grid of cars, is there anyone that kind of strikes fear? Like anyone that you kind of have rivalries with, or anyone that you just think is going to be a massive threat for winning the third wildcard tonight?
I mean, I know Reckless is quite quick. He's obviously got a lot of the blue and silver, or the blue and grey army, sorry, out there to help him out. I know Connor is going to be on the crashing, Big Con 71. I know Dolph is definitely going to be on the crashing. I mean, he's replicated quite a nice car with Ross Coleman, good old Roscoe. Yeah, definitely. I think Dolph and Reckless are going to be my main ones to try and avoid. But obviously, racing is racing. I know Arlie is obviously going for the entertainers. Well, sorry, scratch that. You're Arlie's commentator. I'm just trying to think. Is there anybody else? I believe Sweaty's kind of been back and forth with me a little bit throughout the league. Who else am I trying to think of? I'm just trying to think if there's anybody. I know Bricknell likes a crash if he gets in. But apart from that, I don't really see anybody else. I mean, it just, if it happens, it happens. I know another one I can think of actually. Farmer Willie, Jake Banham. He is rapid. He was rapid last night in the Gold Rush. I couldn't keep with him, and when I did, it was hard fought battling. So it's